A warrior whose name was Nobusige one day visited her queen and asked, "Is there really a heaven and a hell?" "Who are you?" her queen asked. "I am a samurai," the warrior answered. "You, a warrior!" her queen shouted. "What kind of a governor could have you as a guard? Your face seems like a beggar's." Nobusige got so much angry that he started to pull his swords, but her queen continued. "So, you have a sword? Your weapon must be definitely incapable to cut my head." While Nobusige pulled his sword, her queen observed, "Now the gates of hell open." With these words, the samurai, by understanding the teaching of the master, he put his sword in its sheath and bowed. "Now the gates of paradise open," her queen said. So we have said that we have a part of our essence, which is, we could say, the good in us, and we have a part which is called the egos, which are the defects we have that need to be eliminated. So this parallel of paradise and health is not a plane that we can go when we die, and there is we will go either to paradise or in hell according to our actions. We are in paradise or in health in our everyday lives, because instantly now we are whether in psychologically, always speaking, we are whether in paradise or in health, according to what we do, according to the environment we live in. So this is the paradise, and the paradise or hell. It is according to our psychological state. It is according to how we are psychologically. When we are in love, when we love our spouse, for example, we are in paradise. You can see two lovers and they are in paradise. But when we hate, when we have anger, when we scream and say bad things, then we are in hell, and we also put others in hell. Because this is quite interesting. When we are in paradise, we can also spread this happiness, this calmness, this harmony to others. But when we are in hell, I'm sorry, not in health, in hell, when we are in hell, we also spread anger. We also spread bad thoughts, bad feelings to others, and the energy is different. Our energy, our vital body, which is what we call the aura, it's also different. It changes according to our psychological state, whether we are in paradise or whether we are in hell. And many times we have to choose between something, and if a person is really conscious, another person cannot take him to hell with him, because maybe someone is angry and comes to you and starts screaming, but if you play dead, like we said before, if you just don't speak, have passions, have love for the other person, then this person cannot take you to hell, psychologically always speaking, but you can take him to paradise, you can calm him, you can discuss things better if you are not attached to it. So we will continue. We will speak about the soldiers of humanity, another story. Once an army of Japanese military did martial exercise. Some army officers considered it necessary to establish their residency in the temple of Kazan. Kazan said to his cook, "Give to the officers the meat to eat the same simple food that we are eating." This made the military men very angry because they were used to very special treatment. One of them went to Kazan and said, "Do you know who we are? We are soldiers. who sacrificed our life for our country. Why don't you treat us like that? And Kazan answered very seriously, do you know who we are? We are soldiers of humanity, and our goal is to save all living creatures. This response has to do with, as we said, the third factor of the revolution of the consciousness, which is sacrifice. There are different planes of sacrifice, but there are some people who are usually the masters, and some other people that are doing serious esoteric work that are able to sacrifice for humanity, are able to sacrifice for other beings. As we have developed this subject in our previous stories, so it's quite interested here. It comes a verse from Master Jesus, who said that no master is higher than a slave, and vice versa. It's very interesting that humility is the key to develop psychologically, and many times people might think they're doing something good sometimes, but they're doing something bad, and many times we think we are better than the others, but the others also may contribute to this life, to other persons, and to sacrifice. Who is it's quite interesting that the master and the slave. Who is the slave that Jesus said in the story? The slave is someone who has egos, and the master is someone who is conscious, who does not have that much egos, who has mastered himself. And this is a very great aspect of humility, in order to develop humility, because this is how masters are able to sacrifice for humanity, not by thinking that they are higher than the others, but being simple, having humility, and being able to spread it to the world, and to spread the teachings into the world. So this is why he said we are soldiers of humanity. There are soldiers that go to war with guns, and there are soldiers of humanity who help humanity in a different way than the soldiers do. They help they can help humans by giving a teaching that might help them in their everyday lives, that might help them to calm, to be a better person. And this is also a part of sacrifice. This is a very we can say high aspect, a noble thing to do also. So this is why he said the Zen master told him, the Zen master Kazan told to the soldier that we are equal. You might think that I am here not doing nothing and you are saving the world by fighting, but I am also doing something. I am sacrificing for others. So we are equal, just like we said the story with Jesus, that no master is higher than a slave. Very interesting story. So the other story we have, it's called Nerves. Interesting too. A student of Zen came to Bankei and complained, "Master, I have uncontrollable nerves. How can I heal them?" "You have something very strange," Bankei answered. "Show me what you have." "This moment I cannot show you," the student answered. "When can you show me then?" Bankei asked. "They appear suddenly," the student said. Then Bankei concluded, "This is not your true nature. If it was, you could show it to me every moment. When you were born, you didn't have it, and your parents did not give it to you. Think about it. This is a nice story that makes us reflect upon which is our true nature. Many things, like the defects that the egos, we think they are part of us, but they are not our real self. It's not something that we. It's our real self, our inner being. So, which is our true nature? The true nature, the true state of a human being, it's to feel the essence. It's like when we were born. When we were born, we were able to feel our essence. So our normal state is the meditation. It's a state of being able to be calm. It's being able to feel serenity, to feel um, peace inside of us. So this is our true state, because if we are angry and someone says, now feel peace, feel calmness, then we can feel it. But like this story, the ego, we cannot say that we can have nerves without being triggered. We need something to trigger psychologically in us in order to have nerves. But meditation and calmness should be our state, our normal state, because this is how we are born. We are not born by suffering. We are born feeling peace, just wanting simple things that maybe later in our lives we don't seek them that often.